I never really put my hands on her. I never threw a punch.
You didn't put your hands on her? No, you had your whole palm on her scalp. It might have touched a little brain a little bit. Why is she lying like that? All right, chat, let's go meet for meat in chat, bro. Hey, boy, whoa, why are you talking to me like that? And we are reacting to a video from the one, the only, the homie, Ohmeezy. Hairstylist a tad bit too late. 15-year-old for not paying. Crazy. That's actually a wild title, I'm not gonna lie.
You don't want to pay me? What the f? No, bitch, your whole face is gonna be on this.
Yeah, she gonna find out when I get there.
I don't get no I ain't finding out bro, I'm gonna call my uncle right now. Your ass get left here. Oh,
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I know this has nothing to do with anything, but these are like one of my favorite like shoes that shorties be wearing nowadays. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I just think it looks fashiony. It looks stylish. I like these shoes, man.
bro, I'm gonna call my uncle
Is that
right
Doja
now.
Cat? Oh, she do kind of look like Doja Cat.
Oh, this nigga crazy, but hopefully they can settle this as civilly as possible.
Right. It was the timing of him saying, hopefully they could settle it as like, you know, orderly and professionally as possible, and then seeing this, that's crazy.
Oh, okay.
I'm not playing. You just tried to run. You lucky I beat the shit out you.
Oh my God. You standing on business whole time? That's a 15-year-old gang. Black businesses get some of the worst reputations. I'm talking about MUAs, designers, barbers, etc., etc. And part of the reason that they get a bad reputation is because of people like this. Now, this isn't a new occurrence in any sort of profession like this. You provide the service and then you're expected to get paid afterwards. But the whole time, this gives the client an opportunity to run out the door, not paying you for your services after you spent your hard-earned dollar. And I sympathize for those types of people. I never understood why my barber allowed me to go to the car to get the money. I should be coming in the door with the money. Why there's no policy about that or practice about that, I don't know. Maybe due to the relationship that you build, I don't know. But so it
need to be held like gambling. Like before we even get too into the hairstyle, let's both put the hairstyle on the table and then put like 100 on the table. And like if you don't like it, then you can swipe it back. If you can swipe before me though, nigga, like no cap, you're gonna have to reach it before I reach it. But other than that, you really should have the money, the currency almost visibly in front of you before, or at least things like deposits. I know deposits are big and feels like this where you put down like 30%, 40%, 50% to your braid or your hairstylist, things of that nature. But even then, there really should be some type of clause that they practice so that things like this don't happen for sure.
Already know that these people in the service industry have to be on edge. Why? Because people take advantage of them all the time. Now, I don't believe that dragging somebody by their hair is the proper response to any sort of situation of non-payment. I don't know how that gets you your money. I don't know how that gets you any internet fame or clout. I don't know what that does for you in the moment. Like I can get that you're mad, but ultimately this is just a bad look overall. At the end of the day, I was never paid nor asked to confirm my Cash App. Now she mentions that because the girl in the situation who got her hair done asked her brother or her dad or whoever to send the money, but they sent it to the wrong Cash App. A situation that could have been easily and quickly rectified. I don't think it needed to be taken to blows or hair pulling or anything like that. It happens. Now, does this person need to confirm the Cash App before sending? I don't know how much money. They said it was $150, sure, but we could have avoided this. I told her I understand it was a mistake, but that was a mistake on her end and not mine.
You know what's the biggest problem with this is that it's on Twitter. That's where I feel like this is just now a woman who's chronically on Twitter lashing out. And that's just my thing. And this is just my opinion with Twitter in general. It's just when you digest so much content on there, it's so easy for you to think that the way the aggression that people have on that platform, the opinions people have, the disrespect, tolerance, and levels and annoyance that people share on that platform is how real life works. When that's not the case. But the thing is, it ends up into your real life. And the only reason I'm bringing that up is because of how she actually is writing a Twitter dissertation on this situation. Like, I don't feel like you should be on Twitter about this. I feel like, number one, it's like, how did the video get out? And then why are you writing about it? And there was much more better ways to handle this before even any of it escalated. And I feel like all of these has Twitter shades to it, accents to it. I'm not saying she did it because of Twitter. I'm saying like I feel like that's what Twitter ends up doing to your brain. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Twitter is a degenerate Facebook. Oh, for sure.
Sending, I don't know how much money. They said it was $150, sure, but we could have avoided this.
Niggas be
I told her I understand it was a mistake, but that was a mistake on her end and not mine. And the style took way too long for me to not get paid. So can she get somebody else to send it? If not, I have to take out the style, because if I can't get paid and you can't keep the service. I never understood why they decided to take out the work if the amount of time spent on it is the issue. Honestly, give away a free hairstyle, gang. Let her take her pictures. Hopefully you can get some promo, but chalk it up as a L on you. You should have took a deposit from the beginning. She said, yes, somebody is gonna send it, and I waited patiently for somebody.
Yo, Stanley, name 5 Beebadoo songs, life or death.
To send it, which they never did. While I wasn't paying attention, she left out the shop and started to run. I did not know her age until after. We were the same height and size, and my booking site says 18 plus. So WTF? How was I supposed to know? I should have carried the situation differently, but I felt played with because I've been in this situation before. I was still never paid, so I posted it and said I'm going to get my money one way or another. I never picked and chose because of her age. I wasn't even aware of her age until after the situation. Now, my sentiments still remain regardless.
See, and that's what I'm saying. You felt like that was acceptable behavior. Look, stacked up emotions towards something does not mean the person who did it last deserves all that energy. If you were cheated on multiple times in a relationship and now you're like, yo, for all these for every girl, I'm a dog every girl out. Immediately, the girl that you ended up dogging out did not deserve everything that every other girl has given you in your life. Same thing for this scenario right here. It's the same thing where it's like, just because so many other people did you wrong inside of your area of expertise does not mean that you then get to properly take it out justfully on one individual. That does not make your course of action correct. On top of the fact that regardless of her age, that's not how somebody actually handles situations when you're normal. And this is what I said. This is why I think it cooked her brain, because in her mind, she's like, oh, I could post this. I'm gonna make my money one way or another. This is not how you make money. She lost money from this. People should, literally the only people who should want to go with her is people who think that behavior is acceptable. And that should be very few people in between who think that dragging somebody for not having the right payment methods, paying for her or trying to run or whatever, the right thing to do is by dragging them back into your store. That's not okay. You're losing customers. This is all in all a lose-lose situation for you. This is not how you handle something as an adult. No cap.
So if she being 15, 18, 35, 41, it doesn't matter. I know your site says you can't be 18 to book, but that ain't never stopped nobody. If you have such hard restrictions or stances on those things, check these folks' ID.
Order in the hair court, y'all. A salon suite does not a professional stylist make. This is an issue of Dolly's girl bossing too.
The fuck did she just say to me? Why did she structure her sentence like that? That shit just pissed me off. A salon suite does not a professional stylist make. Why didn't she just say just because you have a salon suite doesn't make you a professional stylist or something like that? What did I just read, bro? That was dumb just now. That was dumb, right? That's not me. I'm gonna go easy. 5 Ice Spice songs, but you can't say deli, munch, or you not even a fart.
Close to the sun before they are prepared to be entrepreneurs. This young stylist in particular had an 18 plus policy. She wasn't adhering to her own policy. If she had known to be diligent with her own policies, this whole situation would have been mitigated likely. If you worked in a salon setting under another stylist, under a master stylist, or just in a professional setting for an extended period of time, these are things that they likely would have taught you to double check before the client even hits your door. Have they uploaded their ID? Did you check their date of birth? Everyone is rushing to be their own boss. Everyone is rushing into entrepreneurship and not wanting to put in their 10,000 hours. You always have to remain in the student posture.
And I get it. Being in that industry, there are often times where people will run off with your money. But there are so many situations and circumstances in which you can secure that you will at least get partial payment, full payment. You'll get something up front so that you don't feel as if your time was wasted or that you've been played with. But you assaulting a minor is going to end your dumb ass in jail. And no caping, coping, anybody that's tweeting, saying stupid ass shit, like what's the difference between 18 and 15? They just a couple years apart. None of that is going to save you in the long run.
There's people saying that. Do you know how crazy that is? If there's people, I'm not even gonna go look, but do you know how crazy that is if people are saying that? That is actually insane. Do they not know how much power they're giving to the wrong audience if they're actually saying that? That's actually crazy.
And y'all all keep banging that age. I never knew how old she was. My book is how you gotta be 18 in order to book with me. I didn't know that she was young, first of all.
Dumbass excuse.
They never even brought up her age until the police came. They tried to use that to justify her running off. When this happened the first time, I was her age, and the lady was a grown lady, and I actually fought her. She was taller than me.
What?
How the hell I'm supposed to know she young as
Why are you fighting people? You're missing the point.
But either way, I never really put my hands on her. I never threw a punch.
You didn't put your hands on her? No, you had your whole palm on her scalp. It might have touched her little brain a little bit. Why is she lying like that?
Put my hands on her.
You posted the video.
Hair. That's some new shit to me. I ain't never heard nothing like that. I never really did it. And you've been fighting all your life, so don't try to act like you ain't doing nothing now.
After I did drag her back in the shop, I said, let me take your hair out. Like, what the hell? If I can't get paid, you cannot have my service. That bitch is in high school. I just graduated high school last year. Get the f out of my face. All honesty, bruh.
Justification. And the only reason why I'm about to address this is because I've seen too many people be on this side with her that she's 15, this girl's 18, they were in high school together. I'm sorry, at some point you do have to grow up. Whether I think a 15-year-old and an 18-year-old are still kids, absolutely. Y'all both don't have brain cells that are fully developed. But what you have to understand is that in the eyes of the law, you are considered an adult now. Right. So I hope when you go to court, you pull up that same...
You're supposed to have the understanding that regardless that you're just now turning into an adult, that you are at the base minimum an adult. So because of that, you can't do things that you could do prior. That's supposed to be the base understanding. We're not even saying be perfectly an adult yet. It's just the fact that once you're 18, there's a cutoff. There's like a baseline now for things that you can't do and get away with. And that's all that you're supposed to understand, and you didn't understand that. That's what we're saying.
Defense. Your Honor, we in high school together. I was just in high school last year. So with that being said, I can't be charged with harming a minor because I too am a minor at heart.
I cut it out as much as I can. She can't go nowhere with that, so I don't care. I don't want to file no charges. She got that.
You can take this to court if you want.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. She got that. Y'all broke, that's okay. My other client right there. I'm about to make double that. You was supposed to pay me $150, her remaining $250. It's nothing to no broke. Y'all broke, and that's okay.
$150 to $2.
I'm not gonna lie. I was still gonna get my hair done because you see how late it is outside? It is the butt cracking night outside, bro. If I was shorty, she probably needs her hair done the next day. She need it. I'm probably gonna go in there, get my hair done, and then I'll never come back. I'm not gonna lie. But I would be lying if I said I was gonna, because at first I was gonna be like, oh, I wouldn't even want my hair done though. But I'm not gonna cap. Sometimes the hair just gotta get twisted, bro. Sometimes the hair gotta get twisted, bro. After that though, I would have come back though. I would have come back.
250 is double that?
Butt crack.
Hold
Yeah,
on,
butt crack.
let me make sure I do my math properly. 150 times 2. That's $300.
That's $300, yeah.
We should get double that. Now we all know that there's multiple sides to the story. So the brother came out and gave his account as to what's going on. It's a whole family feud at this point. The brother basically relayed the story that we did pay, she did pay, but it was to the wrong thing, a common error. And I think that there's something that can be learned from both sides in this situation. I don't think that the way that the people that were paying handled it the best way possible. Send the girl to the salon with the cash. If she know how much it costs before she goes there, then I think that she should have handled that situation better. Because as a stylist, I know stylists have seen situations where clients have been mad unprofessional with them, and she would not be the first one to run off. I know the stylist in question had her own story, but there's been mad videos on the internet of stylists getting ran off with hairstyles.
I'm gonna take some of these now. I'm gonna take the front down because I ain't gonna lie, you could walk up out of here and still make this look like a hairstyle. I can't go like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. Girl, you crazy. I would have made somebody pay for this shit. This shit looks so good. I ain't cutting your hair, girl. I know you good.
But in the same token, this young lady who is
so
a hairstylist
sad, bro.
also
What are we
isn't
doing,
the most professional
bro?
person in the world. And she falls in line with a laundry list
bro?
of internet videos and internet conversation of how the black professional service industry person has become more and more unprofessional. These supposed entrepreneurs that are supposed to be getting it by themselves are showing the reason why people are going to professional entities in order to get their services done.
I'm doing small knotless on this client, and this client was very ungrateful and said, texting people saying that I took too long.
Whether it be the laundry list of requirements before you come into the shop,
steps?
the lateness, the unprofessionalism in the conversation, the eating food, the constant stoppages. I personally am sick of all this stuff. And I know that young woman has a lot of time left to grow. She should probably know that that's not the situation to handle this. It's 2025. There's better ways to deal with this conflict, one, and two, to secure yourself as a professional. Maybe after she spends some time in the host scowl, she gonna learn. And to the 15-year-old girl, please go there with some money. I'm not saying what you did was right either. Not saying you deserve to get your hair and your handed to you though.
Right.
But because you are a minor, we will give you some grace and some space because you damn sure don't know no better. Especially dealing with a hood rat chick like this. Take your ass to Great Clips or something like that. But ultimately, it is two young, ignorant, and dumb kids doing dumb shit while one being a minor. And boy, oh boy.
W video, Omar. I always say it like this though, like give us a couple more years to catch up. Like black businesses are trying, and I am giving them so much leeway because I do want black businesses to succeed. But there is like a genuine truth to it where it's like the blueprints for us aren't as structured as it might be for our counterparts. Like it is easier for a lot of other businesses to have things set in stone when they've been running for so many years, are as profitable as they are, and their loss margins are allowed to be bigger than ours are. Like to her, losing that 150, the reason she's crashing out like that is because she doesn't have 150 to lose. And I'm not justifying her actions. I'm just telling you where her motivation stems from. And other corporations, bigger things and bigger entities of that nature, they're okay with losing 150 because of how much they're generating from so many other revenues, places. Sometimes businesses revenue doesn't even come from the business through the door. It just comes from loans from banks because they see that they're making money on each year, each quarter, things of that nature. So I do give it some grace because genuinely the blueprint has not been completely mapped out, structured out. It's still being built for every single black business for how they could like genuinely create a structure to where they don't have to do these things that are seen as a lack of structure in comparison to their counterparts who have literally been running as legacy companies as like hundreds of years, 150s of years, things of that nature. So yeah, but with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe down below. 3 reactions a day on this channel, 1 animation weekly on the other channel. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Goodbye. Peace.